Well, hello, everyone, and welcome. So, y'all know, of course, we do not have a host for this hour on this day. So, y'all, I'm here. I told you guys last night that I would be here. Um, we're supposed to have a guest. Not sure where the guest is, but nevertheless, y'all know we keep it pushing. We keep it pushing. We don't stop. We keep moving. So, I am going to be sharing about some stuff that I've been seeing in the news. Um, so I went to my page, y'all, and I saw a post of some incarcerated individual that was having an episode inside of his prison cell. Um, Apparently, he was on some type of narcotic or some type of non-prescribed medication, and it was causing him to have convulsions and to be just jumping all around in his cell. The issue I have, some of the comments that were being made in the background, in the comment section, some of the comments absolutely made no sense to me. Like, for the likes of me, I don't understand why some people are so cruel. We know that there is a problem within the prison system, with drugs. Um, some would say that it's the family members that's contributing. If you would ask the prison system, they blame the family members. And then as you evaluate and you look through and you check out different things and different procedures and different policies and different things that goes on within the prison system, you wonder, how is something like this possible within a prison system? If they are following all of their guidelines, they are following all of their safety procedures, they're following all of their different procedures, how is these guys still, or women, how are these individuals that are locked up behind prison walls, that do not have the freedom to go out, do not have the freedom to go and come as they wish, don't have the freedom of going out and getting in a car and driving down the street. They definitely don't have the freedom of calling a drug dealer to deliver them narcotics. So I just want people to that can reason and rationalize, to honestly look at this, and to honestly think about this, because I know individuals that never used drugs, never been on any type of drugs, go to prison, and yet they're addicted to drugs. That you find out they're on drugs. How is this possible? Family members are not delivering drugs to them. Half of the time, family members don't even know what's going on. So I'm asking the question because I need to know. Like, I really, I need to know. I need to know exactly. What are we? How is this happening? And why is the government not even attempting to step in? So I have a couple perspectives and a couple of my opinions, strictly my opinion. But I feel like, just like the 80s, when we know that pharmaceutical was introduced into the population, we know that it was introduced by the government. It has been proven, has been shown. Um, so how is these drugs getting into the prison? And they will say that it's the workers bringing it in, contractors bringing it in. But if you would say that to the people that are in charge and the people that's over it, oh, we do shakedown, we do this, we do that, we do this to make sure, but you're not doing something. You're not doing something right. Let me. I want to show y'all a clip. I want to show y'all a video that has been that has been shuffled around on social media. I'm going to see if I can pull that video up for you guys so you guys can see this video. Um, it was sent to me, and every day you get calls from individuals that are incarcerated, and they're giving you, telling you that someone else has expired, someone else has transitioned, someone else has something happened to them, and they're telling you that you better get your bitch ass over there. You better get your bitch ass over there, nigga. You better get your bitch ass over there. You better get your bitch ass over there, nigga. You better get your bitch ass over there. You better get your bitch ass over there, nigga. You better get your bitch ass over there. You better get your bitch ass over there, nigga. hear us live. I don't know what's going on. Um, y'all know sometimes this I can't control all things, but I can control what I can control. Again, again. I won't be re-recording this one though, y'all. I promise you that I won't be re-recording this one. If you catching it on TikTok, you got it on TikTok. Otherwise, I'm sorry, but not sure what was going on, but it was apparently muted. Y'all don't miss the whole 30 minutes of that part of that show, so maybe y'all can catch the last 30 minutes. That's all I can say. So, hello, Cornell. How are you?
How you doing, ma'am? I'm doing great tonight, ma'am. I heard a couple of, heard you a while ago, giving a shout out, you know what I'm saying, and, acknowledging me, ma'am. So, I wanted to call in, ma'am, and say thank you very much, ma'am, for all that you do.
Well, I appreciate it. It's look, I'm just doing what I feel that God has laid on my spirit and in my heart to do, and He gave me an outlet. He gave me these these platforms, and I'm just trying to be that change that I desire to see in this world. I can't sit by and see things happening and do nothing or say anything about it. That's just like a hypocrite. So I cannot be a hypocrite and see these things going on and do nothing about it. No, it's just like I just can't do it. You know,
Yes, ma'am.
when you're passionate about something, you believe in something, you give it your all, you do what you can to make things happen. So that's what I do. All right, when I get off of here, I'm going straight into a prayer call. So I'll be going into a prayer call at 9 o'clock. I got to jump off the prayer call early because I have a 9:30 show that I got to go do. See, when you be about God's business, and I hardly ever get tired, because I don't operate on my energy. I operate on the energy that and the power that He placed in me. That breath, that breath that He breathed in me. But I've been talking for the last 30 minutes. Those over here on Twitch, I mean over here on TikTok, have heard me talking for the last 30 minutes. So you're here. So please, I want you to share a little bit of what you would like to share on tonight. I was just sharing with them that you were one of the individuals that is in the process of transitioning home. Um, Cornell is in a program. He has less than 20 days. Today, um, it is 20 days before he will complete this program. And then they have 21 days to release him. So within the next um, 41 days, he should be a free man. He should be on this side of those walls, and y'all won't have to just hear him on the podcast. Y'all will be able to see him on the podcast. He'll be able to join Shanette in the studio, and they'll be able to do what they're doing. Um, I'm excited because he is someone that plans to be out in the field. He plans to be out on these courthouse steps. His work does not stop. It just begun, y'all. It is going to just be beginning, because now it amplifies what he is doing is going to be amplified, because now he's going to be a free man. He's going to be able to walk up to these people, and he's going to be able to have conversations with them, and he's going to be able to, um to get some things straight, to get some things right. So Cornell, I'm gonna move on out the way. The floor is yours to share and to do as you please on tonight.
Well, yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am. Saying that, ma'am, I want to, go back and start off where I found that a man can be wrongfully convicted of a crime they did not commit. And, I've been in and out of prison since 1978, ma'am. Okay, and, I was guilty of my crimes back then. But then in 1991, I came to prison, and my next door neighbor, he was telling me that he was innocent. And I was like, there's no innocent people in prison. He said, man, I'm innocent. I did not commit my crime. It's a rape case. He said, man, I didn't do it. I said, well, show me you didn't do it. And he showed me a time card. And the time card said 11:30 p.m. PM. And that's the time that he was at work. Well, he showed me a police report saying 11:30 something p.m. So he couldn't have been two places at the same time. Well, as as I got deep into this guy's case, ma'am, I come to realize that this man was actually innocent and that he had a 60-year sentence and he was in prison already serving 14 years in. And it really touched me to know that people can be wrongfully convicted for crimes they did not commit. But it was hard trying to find help for anybody to get involved. The American Civil Liberties Union, the NAACP, all these advocacy groups who claim to help people like us, well, they shut the doors on our face. But I never stopped. In 2000, matter of fact, they came out with the DNA law. So what I did to help this guy, I filed a DNA motion to see if I could get this man a new trial. Well, they granted the motion and gave him a DNA test. And come to find out, the man was actually innocent of the crime that he said he didn't commit. So this opened the door for a lot of guys to be able to come in and try to prove that they're innocent. Because DNA is 99.99.99%, which means that you did not commit the crime. Well, is there any other way that you can prove that you're actually innocent without DNA? Well, since that time, ma'am, it has been discovered that our system is packed with corruption, robbery, DA favoritism, double billing, evidence fixing, and corrupt. This is bad. But how do we fix that? So now the question is this: what is wrong with our criminal justice system, and how do we fix it? Who's responsible for fixing these problems that we have? Because we have way too many innocent people in prison who don't have nowhere to turn for help. Our governments are not even acknowledging these people. In Dallas, Texas, Dallas is the #1 city in the state of Texas that has the most wrongful convictions. Then you got Houston. Then you got San Antonio. Then you got all these other counties where people have been wrongfully convicted and overly incarcerated for crimes they did not commit. But now then you got the Texas Law Party. Well, innocent people are being convicted for a crime somebody else committed. Being sentenced to capital life sentences and having to do 40 years from 16 all the way to 40 years without the possibility of parole. So how is this possible that an innocent person who was just accidentally across the street get charged with a capital murder case and didn't have nothing to do with it under the Texas Law Party? Well, now we got the 3-strike law. We got all these laws in place that the government has placed upon us to be convicted for these crimes, but these crimes are not being proven beyond reasonable doubt. Indictments are being falsified. Arrest warrants, people are being arrested without being arrested based upon the probable cause. See, probable cause is the only way that a person can be held accountable for a crime. But we got people sitting in jails right now whose crimes are no good because that was never no probable cause. But who's to say? The government is not going to tell it on itself. Then we got a plea bargain process where kids are pleading guilty every day for crimes where no evidence is being presented to prove that they even actually committed the crime. All they're doing is scan these kids into accepting 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and 50 years for crimes that were never proven. So our system is basically clogged up with a bunch of corruption. And we need to fix this. We need advocacy groups to come in and get involved into what's wrong with our criminal justice system. Our parole board system is broken. People now here is to complete a program and they're still here 5, 6, 7 months later after making parole. This is sad. So I would like to hope that people that's listening to this podcast tonight get involved. Find out what's going on with your kids. If they tell you, Mama, I'm innocent, look into their case. Look into it. The competency. Kids are not being given competency here to determine if whether they're even competent enough to even go to court or plead guilty. But who's to say? Ain't nobody getting involved. This is why we got a broken system. As of right now, I've been serving 34, 35 years in prison for a crime that the state made me guilty for. They falsified the ballistic evidence in this case and put a dot on a piece of paper with a marker and said that was a bullet slug. And I've been there 35 years. A dot on and so now my fight will never stop because I will always fight for what's right. I've helped a lot of people get out of prison. And they wondered, Mr. Plummer, why come you can't get yourself out of prison? Well, because I'm a political prisoner. I'm the one who's going to stand up on the forefront and fight for your freedom as well as my own. So I'll never stop. I will never get scared of what they might do to me and when they might do it. So I will always be here. So right now, I am a part of Let's Talk About It with my co-host, Mr. Ned Johnson. And we will always be here willing and opening the doors to whoever got a story to tell and who's ever willing to come and confess their innocence and let us, get the public to review your information. So if you ever listening to this podcast, please come and join us on Let's Talk About It. And thank you, Mrs. Angela, for allowing me this opportunity to come on and
Wow. Um, within that Texas, that TDCJ system, boy. Um, it's not over. Trust and believe it's not over. Um, I keep telling them if they need a consultant, I'm here. I'm willing to sit down and talk to Brian Collier, who oversees the TDCJ. My teacher seems to feel like the information that I provided in that project um, qualifies me to consult them. Um, Evidently, there was something within those projects that TDCJ needs. Because if my teacher can say that, there's definitely a need. I got all my points for that paper. For that project, I got all my points. I was concerned because I was like, okay, this is really not a business. But then when I took it to them and I presented it to them, yes, it is. It's a business. They have stakeholders. They have a board of directors. They run just like a business. They take money in. They are a business. He accepted my project and I went to work. I went to work finding out about TDCJ, finding out how they operate, finding out their structure, finding out the different things, finding out some of their stakeholders. And whenever you mention stakeholders to any of them people inside any of those letters, they jump. They jump. You want to know? That's how they came over there to Dominguez because I said, let me contact some stakeholders and see what the stakeholders would say about that $1 million that was distributed over there, that was given to them, that was granted to them. I see y'all got all kind of y'all see y'all got some running water. Y'all showers work now. Y'all can use the toilet. 58 people to one shower. So you are intentional about the things that you do, you will. But when you have, make it the same thing. Detect it, filter comments. They posted in the comments. Comment. Huh. Well, they always say words outside of what are comments being posted. I TikTok. I am post. I can't control what people post and what people say. But if you can, please watch your comments. Watch your. They don't flag. They don't flag the comments. They said community flag comments detected. So be mindful of what you're posting in the comment section if you would, because these people are something else. If you hadn't noticed, um, one of our accounts is already been flagged. So we definitely have to be mindful of the things that we're saying, because these people are particular. They don't like for you to talk about things that are harmful to others, but the stuff that I see on some of these sites and the stuff that I hear from some of these people, it's because how can one group of people say all of this stuff, but then when one group of people say something, it's a problem. It is always a problem. Like y'all always wanting to shut up us brown people, but guess what? You can't keep me quiet because I don't have to be on these platforms to get my message out. That it's gonna get out regardless because I am who I am and I won't stop. If we got to go stand on the corner and walk up and down the streets and say what we need to say, then that's what we do. That's called freedom of speech. We have that. But all these social media sites want to limit and want to tell us what we can and what we can't say, how we can say it, and all of that. Like they everything around this little country now is becoming like a dictatorship. Like it's coming down from the leader, and it's falling on the people. They want to. It's something else. But now, what do you number 47 saying that all those that are incarcerated, those that have that he talking about deploying them, talking about sending them over to the war. What are your thoughts on that? And not only that, what are your thoughts on him saying that the juveniles? Not he didn't just say the adults. He talking about those that got juvenile charges too. If you had a juvenile sentence, if you was even sentenced as a juvenile, been in juvenile detention or whatever, between 18, I think it's 18 and 25. Man, the man signed an executive order. What you think about that? And he said girls and boys for the juveniles. What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, ma'am, you know what? Look at what's going on. Everybody else's business. We're headed for it. Now what they're realizing that here it is, we done locked up all the good men, the good fight men, healthy men. And now here it is, we possibly gonna face a civil war. So now what he's trying to do is use his power, man, to come back and issue executive orders now to try to reach out because we are now what they say a ward of the state, involuntary servitude under slavery, that now we can be used for free to go and fight a war. For free. And it doesn't matter our age, starting from what you say, 16, 17?
No, 15. It said 50. I think he said 15 to 25 for the juveniles. If you have a juvenile case. Not only that, he changed. They have also changed the child labor guidelines. So now these young babies barely can count to 10. Count more than multiplication, they division, know how to write in cursive. These babies don't know how they gonna be out here trying to work jobs if they don't want to go to school, because eventually what's gonna happen is if these parents what they're trying to do is to get all these vouchers so these people can send their kids to these private schools, they can send them to all these other things. So they don't sign the executive order putting the discipline back in the school. So now these folks can touch on your children. These black and brown parents is not gonna have that. You ain't finna be touching on their children. That was the reason why they took it out of control with the discipline. But now they saying that the children are out of control and that they don't want to listen to. Well, when you got all these racist people, children, and trying to have charge over you, you're gonna get some backlash. They wanted to suspend the child because he told the teacher her breath stink. What? Her breath stink. If you look at her teeth look like her breath stink. So he told her breath stink, and they wanted to expel the child, wanted to put the child out for the rest of the year. But this is what they doing. This is all of the stuff that they're doing. They eventually going to, if you don't want your child going to a one of these institutions that they gonna have set up, and you don't want them to go to one of these schools, then they they're gonna have to go to work. And that's why he said the child labor law. Y'all better, like, y'all need to go look at reread all of y'all that read that that Project 2025, y'all need to go back and reread it. Read it again. All y'all that voted for him, I need y'all to go back and read it again. And tell me what part of that did you not see that you thought that he wasn't gonna do. Because everything that he told y'all he was gonna do, he has done it. So like we can't be mad. We can't be mad because everybody that voted for him, and then all those that did not vote, you are to blame too. You are to blame too. But either way, we was gonna be screwed. So a lot of people is saying they rather be screwed this way than to be screwed the way we were gonna be screwed by Camilla, because you know they had a problem with her. Number one, two things they had a problem with, and y'all know what those two things were: the fact that she was she was not a male, and then the fact that she was of not their origin. They was not. She was not one of them. So that was a problem. That was a problem for them. So they definitely did not want her there. And then a lot of them thought that, oh, she about to start letting all these foreigners in. She gonna open it up, and it's finna be all kind of immigrants in. We was gonna be overrunning with immigrants, and that's what they didn't want because they felt like we had too many of them here now. But a lot of the stuff that they complain about, they brought upon themselves because nobody tell y'all to be giving out all that money to these people when they come over here. When you got people over here that's going through stuff way worse than that, you got homeless people living in tents up under these bridges, all in these major cities. You talk about all these major cities, but yet we can spend billions of dollars sending condoms and sending all kind of unnecessary stuff to different places. But this is what our government has done, and this is what our government is doing. So y'all better stay prayerful. If you're not a part of a prayer group, you're not a part of a prayer circle, you need to join one. You need to get on, you need to be on your knees. And you need to be praying. Because y'all, we in trouble. We in trouble. And it ain't gonna get no better no time soon. So y'all better find you a prayer group and you better get on your knees. You better find you a prayer life. And you better learn how to utilize it. But Mr. Cornell, again, I want to thank you for stopping by and sharing with us. Um, I'm elated. I'm elated, and I'm excited. Cannot wait. Them 41 days. I'm counting them down. Cannot wait to see you on this side of that prison cell. And I'm excited. I'm excited for you. I know that you have a lot that you're ready to dive into and to get going. What's gonna be one of the first things you do when you hit that door?
Ma'am, the first thing I'm gonna do when I hit that door, ma'am, is go give me something good to eat and go give me something good to wear and be able to take a walk on solid ground, ma'am, and enjoy me some fresh air. And immediately after that, ma'am, I am going to be boots on the ground to establish a 2026 Texas tour for nothing but the truth. We're going to fix the Texas criminal justice system. And we're going to fix it by calling everybody out. The actual innocent people, the exonerees, the state representatives, the senators, the governors, all these advocacy groups, we're going to call everybody out. So let's talk about it. We will be in the building. And we're going to do exactly what we're called to do. So, Mrs. Shanette Johnson, thank you very much, ma'am, for having me a part of the Let's Talk About It show, ma'am. Because we're going to do exactly what we're called to do. Advocate for justice, for truth, for accountability, for these things. Thank you very much, ma'am, for being passionate about what you do. And I honor you, ma'am. I honor you, Miss Smith. I honor y'all for what y'all do. I'm glad to be a part of what y'all done because I've learned how to be a voice. I'm not scared no more. So we are inferior to them. We don't have to be inferior. This free country, we have right to any issue. And these issues affect us every day. We are going to sleep at the capital if I come and give me guess what I'm gonna have in my hand. I'm gonna have everything that's what's wrong when I come to the justice system in my hand. That's what I'm gonna have, and we're gonna have to fix it. And I want to address this. So thank you very much, ma'am, for having me on your show tonight, ma'am. And I'm always available, ma'am, whenever you need me, ma'am. And like I said, I appreciate you. And thank you too, Miss Jeanette Johnson, ma'am, for allowing me to be a part of Let's Talk About It. Because if we can't stand together for something, we stand alone for nothing. So thank you very much, ma'am, for having me on your show.
Well, again, I thank you for coming on. I thank you for all that you do. Even in the midst of him going through, he found time to pour into others, to help other people with their case. And nothing that nobody told me, something that I witnessed for myself. An individual called me to thank Cornell and myself because I helped Cornell with this guy's. Well, I didn't help him. I was the middle person in trying to make sure that things got to the person that they needed to get to. But he was able to help this guy get back into court. Nothing that nobody told me, something I witnessed for myself. But the guy's back in court. He's getting his case heard again. They have discovered some new stuff that could possibly set this man free. Not only that, Cornell was able to help someone that had money stole from them, taken from them because a judge, a lawyer simply did not do his job, did not represent him, did not do what he was supposed to do, and took $20,000 from him. Cornell was able to get that man his $20,000 back. Nothing that nobody told me, something that I witnessed for myself. Got the evidence because the family purchased $500 worth of T-shirts that we were doing a fundraiser for. So you tell me, where there's a will, there's a way. And if you want to do the work, you can do the work. So if you got somebody that's incarcerated, they wrongfully incarcerated, overly incarcerated, and you know that there is some loopholes, there's something that could possibly set them free. I'm telling you, reach out to Cornell, reach out to Jeanette, reach out to myself, and let them look at the case. Let them look at and see how they can address the case. Because they can show you how you can tap in. Y'all, we help mates one to another. And we are the change that we desire to see over here on the Crew Podcast. We will not be moved. So I thank you guys for tuning in again. If you're out there and you are looking for a podcast family, y'all, we have space over here. We're launching a new strictly for our males. And it's gonna start in July. Gonna air at 7 p.m. Sunday through Sunday through Friday, just like the Crew Podcast at 8. We're gonna have an all males line that's gonna be coming through at 7, and they're gonna air Sunday through Friday. If you are a male and you're looking for an opportunity to allow your voice to speak and amplify that message that's been placed on the inside of you, I implore you to come join them kings of the airways. They're taking their throne back. They're taking their rightful place where they should be. And I'm going to provide that space for them to come and amplify their voices. Zach Williams Matthews is going to be one of the hosts over on the network. He's going to be one of the hosts. His first show is going to be July 7th. So I implore you guys to come check him out. He's first and third Monday. Every first and third Monday. Of course, we still have 3 slots right here with them divas, with them queens, y'all. We need 3 queens to join us. We have a spot first and third Sunday. First and third Thursday. Fourth is fourth Monday and second Thursday. If you want to take down of those 3 spots, we have space for you. There's an opportunity for you to share your brain. So I encourage you, I implore you to get connected, get involved if that's what you want to do. There's opportunity to allow your voice to be amplified around the world. We stream live through Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick, and sometimes I go live on TikTok as well. And we upload to Speaker.com, Spotify, iHeart, Deja, Amazon Music, Listen Note. There's 10 to 15 different locations that you can be seen and heard on. So I implore you to get involved. I gotta go, y'all, because I gotta get ready to jump on this prayer call. I got 1 minute to get over there, but I gotta jump on this prayer call. If y'all can, come back, because tonight at 9:30, I'm going live back here again for Walk in Purpose with Angela. Y'all have 3 amazing guests that's gonna be stopping by. So y'all come on back. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And till next time, be that change that you desire to see in this world. I love y'all. Be blessed.